You're about to enter Illinois State University. This may be the biggest experience in your life, and you may have many questions, fears, and uncertainties about what the future will bring. Here are some words of advice from ISU students who experienced those fears and survived.
I was terrified of my first class. Nobody tells you what to expect of your first class. They tell you what to expect of the social life and what it's like to live in the residence halls, but they don't explain to you what your first class is going to be like. So I walked in not knowing if I was going to be walking into a class of 300 people or 20 people and what the professor was going to be like. And for some reason I had this image of this very old, strict man who was just going to pound knowledge into our heads and yell at us if we didn't have the right answers. And I was very pleasantly surprised to find out that everybody was willing to help, and the professors were just terrific. They seem to understand that freshmen are scared, and they give you a little extra time to adjust.
It took that first semester to really get back into the swing of things. High school for me was never a challenge. I breezed right through it and found everything really easy. So I had to learn to study when I got here. I had to work on my study skills and know how to read a book and know how to get the information that I wanted on resources and things like that. And it all came together then.
I think the biggest piece of advice I could give any incoming student, freshman, transfer student, anybody, is to be open to all of the different opportunities that are available at ISU. There's just so much that each student can experience. There are so many people here that you're bound to find somebody who's similar to you or has similar interests. So to close yourself off to any one of those things, I think would be a crime. There's just so much more you can learn than what's actually in the classroom.
Well, in order to survive at ISU, I usually tell them that, first of all, they have to come to ISU with a determination and some goals set. I don't feel that students should come down here just to party, because they're down here for their education. And I tell them that they should set their priorities, and that's the main thing they should do. And from there, they should be able to reach them.
I think the main thing for incoming students to remember is that they're coming from probably a school where they've known everybody and have been able, throughout the years that they've gone there, to get to know everybody. And they're coming into a totally different environment where they're not going to know everybody around. They're going to walk from class to class and see a lot of different people. And they're going to have to start all over again, meeting new people, getting involved with different things. And I think that's the main thing to do once they get here, is to get involved in the different organizations and activities that we have available, because that's the only way you're going to make it. Because you go to classes and you work, and that's life. But then if you get involved in the activities and everything, it makes a lot more out of your experience you have here. I think you grow up a lot in the first semester that you're here at school. I think all of it is the responsibility that's put on you from the start. You can't rely on mom and dad to get things taken care of for you. It's all on you, and you have to go out and get that responsibility. And growing up by myself in the family by myself, I never had that before. And that was all put on my shoulders real fast, and it was sink or swim, really. The things didn't get done unless I took the initiative and got out and did it myself.
Well, I think I've matured pretty much the same way. I've gotten to the point now that I have to be my own person, and I can't, you know, Daddy and Mommy won't be there, and I can't go to them and say, you know, I'm having this problem. I have to sit down and work it out for myself. You know, my roommate, that, you know, I mean, she's good to talk to, but she can't do anything for me. I have to do those things on my own, and I think that I matured in that sense that I know whatever gets done, I have to do it.
I think finally dealing with the fact that you do have to make your own decisions and you are responsible for the decisions you make is something that's difficult for a lot of people to deal with. I know I had a terrible time. Every time I had a decision to make, I wanted to turn around and run home and find out what my parents thought about it. And you learn eventually to trust yourself and that you are, for the most part, pretty good at making your own decisions and deciding what's best for you, and that you do have to live your life for you, so you may as well make those decisions. But it's scary. All of a sudden you're making major decisions about what you're going to do with the rest of your life, and there's not somebody there who's standing behind you telling you either, you know, no, I don't think that's a really good decision, maybe you should rethink this, or yeah, go ahead and do it. A lot of the time the reinforcement that you need isn't there. But eventually I think most people learn to deal with that and to make their own decisions.
I think the social life at ISU is very important because if you do all work and no play, they usually say makes you a dull boy. I feel that students should get out and mingle with other people to understand about their cultures and what they like and dislike. And you have to make friends. That's the only way to survive. That's one of the survival things here at ISU, that you have to meet people, because if you stay stuck up in your room all the time, what outlet do you have for that? So I think getting out, meeting other people, getting involved with like activities like basketball, football. They can even join some sororities, Christian groups. There's a lot of things here at ISU that is offered for them, and I don't think just studying is not going to make it.
The social life is very important. You get to know other people. I think through social life, you probably get to know more people than you do in your classes. In your classes, you're busy studying and taking notes and listening. You don't have time to interact with other people. But socially, during participating in social life, you get to meet other people and find out more about them. I think in college, people have told me that the friends you make in college are the people that are going to be your friends for the rest of your life. And I really believe that. You find out so much and you share so many experiences.